Hey guys, Netflix has been having increasing popularity these days. This is really not surprising because by logging in, you will find a wide variety of content, such as stellar documentaries, binge-worthy original series, and even horror movies and sci-fi shows. And because Netflix continues to invest heavily in bringing original content to its subscribers, the variety and quality continue to grow. If you have been browsing on Netflix, there's a big chance you've encountered Joe Exotic and his Oklahoma Exotic Animal Park. You did? Great. The Netflix documentary Tiger King, Murder, Mayhem, and Madness gets weirder and weirder every episode. Every personality who comes on camera either has a secret, a compellingly weird event in their history, or dozens of each. If you've already watched the series, you might want to keep watching because in this video, we're going to look at some of the juicy tidbits that the show itself didn't reveal. Welcome to our channel. Just sit back, relax, munch on your favorite snack, and let's get on with the video. Here are the top 10 things Tiger King didn't want you to notice. Number 10. It's mostly not Joe singing. Good, because basically anyone with ears can tell that the polished country music veteran voice crooning the tunes doesn't sound like Joe Exotic's drawling speaking voice at all. If you will recall, there are multiple episodes where Joe brags about his singing career in songs such as I Saw a Tiger are played, but the real musician Vince Johnson and Danny Clinton were the real singers behind Joe's entertaining act. In an interview in Vanity Fair, Johnson mentioned that they worked for free, thinking they'd earn some fame from a reality show about Joe's life. Eric Goody and Rebecca Chalklin, the show's directors, told the LA Times that a fact checker had discovered that Joe did somewhat sing on certain songs, so they made the decision not to call him out on it in the show. If you think number 10 is crazy, wait till you find out what's on number 1. Number 9. Joe had lots of husbands. Yep, you heard that right. His first husband is believed to have been a man called Brian Rhine, who he was with when he set up the zoo and who was the first to collect big cats with Joe. Sadly, Brian passed away in 2001, which triggered Joe to become far more flamboyant. Jeffrey Charlie's J.C. Hartpence was Joe's second husband, who helped develop Joe's show. According to recent news, he is now serving a life sentence in prison for first-degree murder. Next was John Finlay, and then Paul, after Paul was Travis, who started to work at the zoo in 2013. At the age of 23, Travis suffered an addiction to meth and accidentally shot himself. After 2 months, Joe and Dylan Passage got married. He is his current husband, who is standing by as he serves his prison term. Number 8. Carol's husband is still missing. We all know that a large part of the series focuses on the raging feud between Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin. Carol Baskin, the owner of the Big Cat Sanctuary, has been missing his husband Don Lewis since 1997. Joe Exotic, who is now facing 22 years of imprisonment for charges related to Baskin, claims over and over in the series that Baskin killed James and fed the remains to her big cats. Baskin mentioned how she refutes the way she was portrayed in the documentary on the website Big Cat Rescue, her animal organization. According to her, the directors did not care about the truth and that they believe that unsavory lies are better for getting viewers. Up to this day, Don James's disappearance remains a mystery. Sheriff Chad Chronister of Hillsborough, Florida even asked for help by tweeting out for anyone with leads in the case to contact him. Way to spill out the tea, Carol. You go, girl. Number 7. Petting cubs aren't all cupcakes and rainbows. One of the ways how Joe Exotic earns money is by charging visitors who come to his exotic animal park. They can take photos while cuddling with the big cats. But according to the directors and writers, Eric Goody and Rebecca Chalklin, they never gave in and cuddled the baby cats, especially after seeing some bone-rattling events. They said that most of the tigers that they were around were subjected to abject cruelty. Babies were snatched from their mothers, screaming. They would also get sick from being handled so much and get ringworm and mange. Now that is a very disturbing scene. Poor baby cubs. Number 6. Shaquille O'Neal is not friends with Joe Exotic. Since Tiger King has a lot of weird episodes, even an avid watcher might forget that the NBA star Shaquille O'Neal briefly showed up in one episode. Everyone was quick to assume that the two were friends, but on March 25th, O'Neal said on the Big Podcast with Shaq that they are not pals. He said he loves tigers and had been able to visit the park a few times, but he had no idea all about the stuff that was going on. He's clear that he loves animals and has in fact made donations to support them, but he is not close to Joe Exotic. He mentioned that he was just a visitor there. He said that he met this guy who is not his friend and had never done any business dealings with him. Ouch, Joe, that must have hurt. Well, this means that if you go to the NBA superstar's house, you should not expect to see big cats, though he could certainly afford them. We are halfway on our list of the top 10 things Tiger King didn't want you to notice. How are you taking it so far? Let us know in the comments section. We'd like to hear about it. Going back to the video. Number 5. John Reinke's leg accident was actually worse. John Reinke is a former manager of Joe's Exotic Animal Park. He has been shown many times putting on and taking off his artificial legs, explaining that he needs them not because of a cat attack, but due to a previous accident. And like everything else in Tiger King, that's only half of the dramatic story. Reinke explained his accident to the Oklahoman newspaper back in 2010. He describes it as a ziplining accident in the show, but the article describes it as a bungee jumping accident. One thing's for sure, it certainly involved a fall from a terrifying height. Not only did a pulley malfunction, which sent Reinke tumbling 55 feet to the ground and crushing his legs, but he also had a terrible landing spot. He resulted in falling on a 6-inch metal stake that pierced his colon and stomach. After the event, he had more than 20 operations on his feet and legs. Now that is a sight I certainly don't want to see. Number 4. Famous alligators. Although Tiger King is mostly about big cats, there was an episode where the enclosure of the reptile residence of the park burst into fire. According to a video interview between John Finlay, who told David Spade, some of the alligators that can be seen in the exotic animal park were from Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch. He also mentioned that working with the crocodiles and alligators was far more dangerous than working with the big cats because of the reptiles' long and threatening tails. Finlay also cleared that he's not in contact with Joe Exotic at all and had even planned to get all the tattoos of Joe's name covered up. Recent news about him says that he's engaged to a woman now. Good for you, John. Number 3. John Finlay's teeth. Still speaking about John, he was noteworthy on the show for only having a few visible teeth, but has now appeared to have full dentures and it is almost unrecognizable. According to him, fixing his teeth took a while, but once he had gotten them fixed the right way, they were perfect. He also said in the interview with David Spade that he thought that fixing his teeth was far more painful than getting his 51 tattoos. He also mentioned that the pink shirt 3-groom wedding that was seen on the show was all Joe's idea. Number 2. Joe adores public affection. Come on guys, it's no secret that Joe Exotic adores fame and publicity. The directors told the LA Times that even though he's now serving his time in prison, Joe knows that the show has made him famous and is really overjoyed by that fact. They mentioned that he is absolutely ecstatic and thrilled about the series and the idea of being famous. The directors even mentioned that they aren't buying Joe's sudden change of heart. They said that the reason why Joe now recognizes what he did to the animals is because he is in a cage too. What does it feel to be on the other side of the rails, Joe? I'm guessing not that well. Before we reveal the number 1, be sure to subscribe if you want to stay up to date on the best and most interesting topics on the internet. Now we are down to first on our list. Number 1, stop blaming the tiger for that missing hand. In the show's first episode, Kelsey Safari, one of Joe's employees, has been seen immediately after being bitten by a tiger. He chooses to have the injured hand amputated rather than going through numerous operations. After 5 days, he was able to return to work and was able to show up throughout the show displaying a stump. Even Safri had mentioned that after the unfortunate event that no one should blame the tiger and that even though it was not mentioned in the episode, the tiger was not put down. In a statement back in 2013, he cleared that he broke protocol and had stuck his hand in the cage instead of using a stick provided. According to an interview with David Spade that was published on March 27, he mentioned that he just got complacent about the injury. The tiger didn't pay the ultimate price for the bite and wasn't put down. They just moved it off the park, off of display to the public. Well, there you go. You just found out the top 10 things Tiger King didn't want you to notice. Which among these have you seen coming? Let us know what you think in the comments section. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. If you had fun with the video, please hit that like and subscribe button. Tune in for more of the best and most interesting topics on the internet. I'll see you guys in the next videos.